Okay, welcome to the Dream Dynasty team call tonight, Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Tonight we have a special guest speaker. So Shawna is going to be our guest speaker tonight, and I'm so excited for this one because this girl literally came into this business, kind of took it by storm, rank advanced to diamond in like record time. And then she kind of just, actually, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Fear got the best of her. Fear like ate her alive, and she kind of backpedaled a little bit, but she won her ticket to Summit in New Orleans. And so she came. She like committed and she came, and she like, it lit a spark in her. And she jumped in full force when we got back. So we're going to hear a little bit from her on what was different, what changed, what was different. I don't even know what she has planned for us, so we're just going to let her talk and do her thing. I'm sure she'll take questions if anybody has questions as well. But first, I just wanted to do a few housekeeping things. So there is a new back office. I don't know if anybody's logged in at teambeachbody.com into your back office. It looks completely different. They're unrolling a new back office. I was in there navigating a little bit before we kind of hopped on the call tonight. I think it's a little bit confusing at first until you find what you need to find. But I mean, I think ultimately it is way easier to use. Like when I could see where I could see everybody's Success Club points, I can see all of your like Success Club points, all that stuff. So it's easier for me to give shout outs, all that jazz. So be sure to take like a few minutes and go in there and check it out. The thing that I loved was that it like on the side, it commented like I could see even like, so you know how you have your new customers that have ordered new challenge packs and stuff like that? They've actually included new orders from previous customers. So I could see that I had like X amount of new orders go through today. And I was like, oh crap. Like it's just nice to see, because then you can kind of reach out to those customers and connect with them and make sure that, you know, you're always building that relationship and stuff like that. So take a peek at that. And then what else was I going to mention? Success Club prize for October. So I have ordered some Success Club prizes. Generally, Beachbody does a Success Club prize. I had done Success Club prizes, and the summer just like slipped away from me, guys. So I've ordered some Success Club prizes. If you made Success Club in July, August, or September, I'm giving it like if you made it in one of those 3 months, you are going to get a gift. So they're on their way. And then this month, obviously, if you make Success Club, you are going to get a gift from me as well. Me personally, I'm a gift giver. In your own business, don't feel like you have to do that. That's me. When I was attracted to the business, they always say whatever attracted you to the business will attract your avatar as well. So that's why I love that sort of stuff. Also, Beachbody's Success Club prize this month is Double Time gear. So Double Time is a new program coming out on Beachbody On Demand. I don't have the date on hand, but it's a family-focused program. And it's for doing it with your kids, that sort of stuff. It's kind of neat. Check it out. We'll check it out for sure. But you'll be getting some Double Time gear. Now, if you guys ever make Success Club and then don't get your prize in the mail, this happened to me and I just realized it last week. I was like, hey, I didn't get my Shift Shop tank top. In July, they did Shift Shop tank tops and I didn't get it. So I did a quick chat online and they were like, oh, yep, sorry, it did not go out to you. So they sent me a link. I just had to fill it out and my Shift Shop tank top is on its way. So, you know, if you miss out on it, don't worry, it's coming. You just have to do a quick call and we'll totally fix that up for you. So we have some shout outs tonight. So Glenda, huge congrats to you, girl, on making Business Starter. That's the leadership level. That might be a little bit of jargon right now to you if you're newer on the team, but you'll kind of get an idea as we get going. And then on the Success Club board, we've got Arden so far. Now, I couldn't go down so far, guys. Back office craziness, it's new, so I could just see like a minimum amount of people. So if I miss saying your name right now, I apologize. But so far I see that we have Arden, Shawna, Chantel, Christina, Glenda, and myself on the Success Club board. If I miss your name, I apologize. Just, raise your hand or comment in the chat that, you made it on the Success Club board as well. So that's it for announcements. We have a couple guest speakers coming up in the lineup over the next few weeks. So make sure you do make it on your calendar to join us on Tuesday nights at 8:30 to hear from some stellar team members. All right, Shawna, are you ready to take it over?
I am.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Everybody wants to make sure they're muted. Then we can get started. All right, girl. The mic.
All right. First, I want to apologize if I'm coughing. I woke up with a shit cold this morning, so I probably sound like a man. Seriously. So I want to start off with how I was before I went to Summit, because my mindset literally switched as soon as I went. So before Summit, I literally didn't believe in myself because of all of the voices around me. I had people telling me why are you eating healthy? Why are you doing all this posting? Just all these people around me were saying all this stuff that literally made my business go to shit because I stopped posting. I was inconsistent and no one was coming to me, and I was wondering why I wasn't hitting Success Club, hence because I wasn't consistent. And a lot of things that I've learned is posting. You can't post that you're a Beachbody coach, and you can't post that you're drinking Shakeology. You have to use curiosity, which I've also learned. Another thing I wasn't doing, I wasn't hopping on team calls. These I look forward to, and I wasn't hopping onto them because I was mad at myself because my business was going so downhill. I hit diamond and I didn't even really know what that meant at the time. I was like, oh, cool, this is obviously something, good in the business. And I didn't realize how awesome it actually is until I went to Summit. So I went to Summit, and oh my gosh, when someone told me it's going to be amazing, it's honestly mind blowing. When I went to opening ceremonies and you watch all of these coaches, including Michelle, walk across stage, and they're being shown for helping people, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of coaches, and they're just like any of us. There was a girl that was up there, and she was from a small town, and she was able to quit her full-time job because of this business. You really don't realize what this business can do for you until you actually jump into it. I've always realized since Summit is that my vision is way bigger than my fear. Way, way bigger. If you understand that. I'm posting every day ever since Summit. It's consistency. What I posted on Dream Dynasty today, this girl messaged me. I've never talked to her. She's never liked my posts or anything. And she messaged me and she was like, can you please call me because I want to know more. And I was like, oh my God, sure. But it's so true though. You don't really realize it until you're being consistent, right? And before I didn't really know what my why was, so my posts were very scattered, and I wasn't really inviting enough, and I wasn't talking about the business enough. Now I'm at least talking about the business twice a week, at least, and posting about the challenge groups at least 3 times a week. Not so much oh, join me. I will post that at the end at some of them, but not all of them, because I find I don't want to sound too salesy, oh, join me, buy from me, I always share my story and I breadcrumb it. So I always have to put a little bit of the challenge groups in my posts so that they know what they're getting from it. And sharing my ups and downs, I find, is really, really helpful. When I shared my story about when I was younger and I was in the change room with my mom, and how I didn't want to wear that bathing suit because my bones were showing. It's not always about weight loss either, because I've always posted about losing weight. And this girl messaged me and she was like, oh my gosh, I could totally relate to that. She's like, I'm so skinny and I just want to gain weight. So I've helped a lot of people that were just wanting to gain muscle and not lose weight either, because that's really important too. And when I did the group about the self-love challenge group, they were like, I love this idea. It's not always about losing weight. They were really thankful that I did a group like that, because it's true. It's not always about losing weight. It's about everything. Your fitness and your nutrition is the way you control your entire life. But yeah, and like going, doing my Instagram stories has been like, it's changed my business completely. Like talking about my groups, talking about even just things I'm doing in the day. Like today I shared about a little kid that I saw at Sobeys, and like people are like, oh my god, like that's so cute. Like you don't always have to talk about the business or your challenge groups. Like people like to relate to what you're doing too. Like you're not always working on the business, because then they're going to think, oh, like she's always doing that. How am I supposed to do that when I have a full-time job? So that's why I also like to talk about my ECE business, and sorry, and then my therapy that I do with the child with autism too. Like just sharing that I'm not only doing the business and only working out. I watched a video about Shailene, and she was like, the way you post on social media, is that the way you talk to your friends? And I was like, oh my gosh, no. Like I don't call up my friend and say, hey, just got done a workout. How are you feeling? So like it's so true though. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I should, like you can do workout posts, but also like tie in a little bit of your personality with it too, I find is really helpful. And what else? Engagement posts. So Michelle does this a lot. She did one about like what flavor of coffee you like the best. Like, and it gets to your page more, and people get more engaged, so that they know you're not only asking to buy from them. So like I do posts about, oh, what do you want? Like what should I do for my nails, or what should I do for my hair? That's like really helpful for your business too. I have a couple tips that I've learned. So don't look at it as hitting Success Club, because that's what I used to do. I used to look at it as, oh, I better hit Success Club this month, or like I won't get this. You have to look at it like you're trying to help people, and you're trying to change or help them with their journey. And it's not just about a sale. You have to build that relationship first. You can't just do like a cold sit. Like you can't just message someone and be like, hey, I'm doing this group this week, you want to join me? Like you have to talk to them first. And what I always do is I go to their profile and I look at things that they post to start a conversation. So I don't just like, because what if they're really not into fitness? Like you don't really know. So you have to have that conversation first. And always making time for your business is really important. Like I used to make excuses all the time. And you have to look at it like, would you tell your boss that you can't make it to work because you have to go to drinks with your girlfriends? No, you wouldn't. Like you have to treat it like a real business. And that's what I've been doing. So consistently with my social media posts, I've posted every single day since I came home from Summit. Like I haven't missed one day. And like having conversations, adding people to your network is huge, because I was always wondering like, oh shit, like who am I going to message now? I'm out of people to message. You have to always add people to your network. Like, so what I do is I go to suggested friends and then just click add friend, add friend, add friend. And I'm always adding to my network every single day. And focus on your goals and your dream. Like if you're always listening to the haters and the doubters, then you're never going to get what you want. You always have to focus on following your dream. And another thing I've changed is personal development. Like I used to, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I used to think like personal development, like what? Like that's silly. But it's actually helped me like so much. I listen to it every day now. And I'm literally reading this book as we speak. And like I listen to podcasts and I listen to national wake up calls, and it's actually like truly helpful for your business. So yeah, that's really all I can think of at the moment. If you guys have questions, tell me.
Yes. Any questions for Shawna at all? No? None? Everybody's always pretty shy, Shawna. It's okay. Personal development, totally in the same boat with you as that one. I didn't listen to it for like, or read it for like the first 6 to 8 months of my business, which I also didn't rank advance to Diamond until a year into my business. So it really kind of, there's something true to say to that, right? Like you start to do personal development and then all of a sudden you start to have this belief that you could maybe do this, right? And I always say, we're all human. We all have, you know, flesh, blood, and bones. That is literally what makes us up, right? So there
Yeah.
is no difference between me, between Shawna, between Courtney, between Andrea. There's no difference between any of us. Any of us can literally jump on social media and build a six-figure business through Beachbody. There's no difference between any of us. There's no magic. And Shawna, listening to you speak, I would say you nailed it. That's those are literally the things I've done to grow my business as well, was the consistency. I have shown up every single day on my social media since I signed up as a coach. And I knew that going into the business too, like, because guys, I came into the business for the business opportunity. I knew that going into the business, I'd done the research. So I knew if I showed up every single day on my social media, that over time, I'd add people to my network, that over time I'd build these relationships and the compound effect would happen, and people would start to get curious and want to join you. And that's literally what it takes. And so when they say there's no secret sauce, there's literally no secret sauce. It's just showing up and doing the unsexy stuff on a daily basis that's going to get you the success in this business. And when you get that, like Shawna, I'll never forget when you messaged me that you got your invite to the Success Club trip in Mexico. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. It's so exciting.
No. And I find, like, also talking about your income, which I know is scary, like even just the one post I did about sending it to the kids in Haiti where my friend Lauren was going. Like, I sent $60. I made $60 that week. Who cares? I sent it to Haiti. Like, I always, like, I think it was Alex before I even started. She posted about how it helped her wedding, helped putting money towards her wedding. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And then I never even messaged her. I was just like, oh, that's really cool. She's actually making money from this business. Like, it doesn't really matter how much you're making. I find when you just make a big deal about it, everyone's like, oh, really? Yeah. But it's so true though.
Totally. And like some people will call it like their, like when they do an income post, they'll talk about it being their side hustle business, like, you know, so that people know like it's like a side business at first and like you can hustle to do it kind of thing. Just some keywords that you can kind of spin off there. But like Shawna said, honestly, if you make $20 one week, like that $20 is going to help. Like, it could help anybody. I mean, it could be the difference in somebody being able to buy groceries for their family that week, right? Or somebody being able to put that $20 of fuel in their tank to get somewhere, right? So that $20 makes a difference. So posting, and you don't have to post what you made, just put it into perspective of something that you can do for it. Because I remember the post that Shawna made about the Haiti, sending that, and she just talked about sending her weekly earnings that week to Haiti, right? But nobody knows what it was, but they know that she made money doing this business and this is what she was doing with it. So, you know, kind of putting it into perspective what it can do for people. So yeah, that was awesome, Shawna. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with me. Well, not with me, with everybody.
No problem. Because the fact that I even did that, like like seriously, like I'm the shyest person ever.
I know.
Like I could never do presentations. I would get anxiety before a presentation and my face would go so red.
And so in one day you've conquered 2 fears, right? Speaking on to a team and then getting on the phone with like a potential customer who is signing up, which is awesome. So good stuff, girl. Does anybody have any questions, like just in general at all with anything before we?
I have a question.
Yeah, Lindsay.
So for the personal development, where is that, like on the office? Like where do you find that at?
So you can do, there's different types of personal development. So you can purchase books, which is, I just go to Amazon and you can get like You're a Badass is a good one. Or if you want something like business wise, there's The Compound Effect. It's a good one. Or podcasts. So if you have an iPhone, I don't know how it works on Android, so someone would have to chime in and mention that. But on the podcast, there's podcasts. It's like a purple button. Let me see if I can get it to show up there.
Okay.
Right there. The one that has a 1 on it.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
podcast,
okay.
if you go on there and look up different ones, like, oh my gosh, there's so many. Brendan Bouchard is a good one to listen to. The Shailene Show is another good one. There's tons, and they're with the podcast, you can just put it on when you're driving, you know, with headphones. I love listening to podcasts more than I love reading, actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's more motivating.
It is. I've been listening to that pep talk one during my workouts. Holy cow. I was like in the window.
I know.
Step up,
I'm like, whoa.
and I was like, I can't stop. Like, I can't give up right now. Like, it had me so fired up. Holy.
It's true.
It was crazy. Now my glutes are probably going to be sore tomorrow, but I'll take it. So yeah, okay. Well, thank you everybody for hopping on. I think so. Andrea and Heather are going to be speaking on our team calls, and then my plan is going forward is to be featuring some guest speakers as we continue to grow. So don't be alarmed if I reach out to you to guest speak on the call. So thank you, everybody. I was mentioning to Shawna, we've kind of narrowed it down that Saturday nights would be ideal for everybody, for most people on the team. So we're going to be hosting a team party. So Chris and I are going to be throwing a team party. It's going to be like everybody's welcome. Significant others too, the more the merrier. I'm going to be posting details about it, but I'm going to post some dates in the team page because honestly, I want to pick a date that's going to work for most people, okay? So everybody have an epic night, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the team page. Any questions? I'm just like a message away. Shoot me a message anytime, okay, guys? Have a great night.